Hello, world. This is the first official episode of Get Some Morals Hoes. Get some morals. This is Olivia Pope in the streets, Adina Howard in the sheets, Trey the villain for the peeps. I am here. It is just me on this show, guys. Had to drop some baggage, some right out of my life, and it happened to be my co-host. Lord have mercy. Except for CC. Uh, had to drop some. I really had to drop some baggage. I thought people were 100% for me, but had to plan a little fake governor video to tell if you was really for me or not. Because I'm walking towards my purpose. And me walking towards my purpose, I don't need any baggage that is going to hinder my next level up, my next growth. If it's just me walking on this path, my two puppies, that's what it's gonna be. Because that's the only when I die, that's who he ain't gonna bring nobody else up with me. He not. So uh so it's just me. Cece has some great things going on with her. The invitation is extended for her to definitely join if she wants to. There's no pressure. Uh, I just want her to be happy and live her life. So if that means we just be friends and I take on the show by myself, that's it. I love her to pieces. Love her from the top of her head to the bottom of her feet. She is one of my realest bitches I've ever known. My little sister. But the offer is definitely extended to her. But going forward, it'll just be me for now. And if she wants to join, she definitely can. But I don't trust a lot of individuals, and that's probably the only person that I truly trust. Um, and that's okay because I had to learn that putting trust in man just ain't shit, and it really ain't. Because motherfuckers will change up on you in 5 seconds, and that's what they did, and that's okay. That's 100% okay. A lot of things have happened. Oh Jesus! Since the last time that the boardroom episode was uploaded a couple months ago, I still have that episode up. I probably will upload that one, and that'll be the first episode because it really talks about a lot of the stuff that ended up happening to me. So I'm probably going to upload that episode up to YouTube and possibly on Spotify, just to, I mean, not Spotify, up to the podcast server. Now, it is going to say boardroom, but from this point on, the show is called Get Some Morals Holes, something that I came up with on an episode talking about the R. Kelly situation. And somebody had told me once that they're gonna listen to R. Kelly regardless because it don't apply to them because they he wasn't doing it to them. And I told that person on that episode, get some morals. You ain't got no morals, hoe. So that's where Get Some Morals Hoes came from. So I am staying with that title. The old title was made between me and some friends that I'm no longer cool with like that anymore. And I don't want when as I'm walking in my purpose and things start to jam and pop, I don't want anybody trying to ride my coattails because that's what motherfuckers do. Let's just be honest. And that's truly where I'm at this point in my life. I am very much not biting my tongue for foolishness anymore. I'm not because motherfuckers will run the fuck over you. And if you give too much of your light to people, they will take all your light and go on with their life. And you got to keep some motherfuckers in the darkness. You do. So that's not my job to pull you out the darkness, and I won't be doing it anymore for anyone. I'm sorry. If it's not kids, I'm not doing it because it's none of my business. I'm minding the business that pays me. Olivia Pope over here is minding the business that pays him. Okay, so let's just talk about some stuff. Uh, I had to fire my therapist. As I went through this thing with my former school district, which we'll get into in a little bit, he told me to just move on. Uh, don't be a social, you don't have to be a social justice person, blah, 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 blah. Can't nobody tell me what my purpose is with me in Jesus. And it was a reason why he led me to do that stuff the other day to let it all out. And you know what? When you get sick and tired of bullshit, you get sick and tired of bullshit. And I was sick and tired of it. I had been with that district for I had worked there for 5 years. I grew up in that district. I went to every only grade level I didn't go to in that district and it's the district is Fort Worth ISD. That district is 11th grade because I had to switch because my carrier didn't want to help me get back there, but I got back there my senior year and graduated with my friends. So, uh, but I grew up in that district. I grew up in that district. Um, my first year of subbing, as I was getting into back into education, because I had been a paralegal and lost my job, and I was really lost in life. And that first year in education really saved that subbing year saved me because I saw the difference I was making in kids that didn't know me. I was a sub, and kids were pouring into me, and I was trying to pour love into them because I know how horrible my childhood was, and I wasn't going to become a monster that society creates or that demons allow you let your demons take over your body, and you put demons into other people, and I that's not something I was going to do. That wasn't for me. The Lord had ordained that not to be for me. My granny had prayed over that not to be for me. So I'm going to be a decent human being because it seems like the world just don't give a fuck, and they really don't care about black skin. But we'll get to that later. Um, but I grew up in this district. It definitely what, and I said it in the episode. That episode I was talking about that I'm going to upload probably be zero point 0.5. I do episode 0.5. This will be episode one. Um, it's not saving these kids. It's really not. It's making trauma. It's holding them back. It's pushing the poverty. It's not giving all of our kids the essential tools that they need to be successful. Um, and I understand that in certain areas, you make a lot of money, but I think once you're under one big umbrella, you need to make sure that all of your kids are getting the essentials that they actually need. So none of the videos on this channel that have been uploaded about my issues and my fighting with them will be deleted. It will just be under that umbrella. I really don't care. It's my truth. My statement, as he said in that what's the name? It's my statement to the bullshit that I had to deal with for 4 years, looking for Ford ISD being racially discriminated against on levels, and I was racially discriminated against at the law firm, but I had some other African Americans that were there with me that I kind of stayed with them, and it was good money, but what I have learned recently, our money ain't good money. And it's just not worth my pride at that point. It's just not. I'm 32. I'm healed. I'm just not about to accept the bare minimum from things that you should be getting. If I'm giving you 100%, you need to give me 100% at all times. Period. And it really is just acting decent. Be a decent human being. From to me, to staff, and to students. That's it. That's all I ask. And make sure my check is on time. That's it. You ain't gotta do anything else. Just be a decent human being. And I don't understand what the fuck is going on in the world, but that's their business, not mine. Because, like as I said, I'm a fight for kids, and I'm always going to do that. But other than that, I don't have nothing else to do with it. I'm not saving adults. Jesus say, I'm gonna save the innocence of kids. That's what that's not go. I'm gonna save the innocence of kids because nobody else is gonna do it. So I had to basically hang myself on fire on Facebook to one get attention to the issues that I have not only I've dealt with, but the staff and the students have dealt with. So I have to, just put all my business out there. I had to use my pain and the ways that I cope. Um, I had to do all of that to prevent pain in kids. And that's absolutely backwards. I have to self sabotage myself for days at a time. And every time they tried to play checkers, I play chess on their ass because everything I do is within purpose. I always know what I'm going to do before I do it. I put all my cards out there for a reason. I don't have anything to hide. I don't go around hurting, putting my body parts and abusing people. I don't. I don't go and thieve out of people's houses. I don't. I go to work and teach and try to lead and try to change a generation's mindset to love themselves and love others around them so we can stop living in this fucking terrible ass cycle that we're going through. That's all I do. And that has to change because I have to, not to say that that has to change, but I need to live. And I've been talking about that for a long time, and I have to live because I have been living. I've been Now I've been doing things, I've been accomplishing a lot of things, but I haven't been living to my fullest. And I could die tomorrow. Now, if I die tomorrow, I'm okay because I know where I'm going. I know the reward that waits in heaven. But I would love to be able to enjoy my life on earth. If I can live for 50 more years and be happy and be in love and have my pups and puppies, and all those things and have love and be married and have the kids and see them off and have the career. That's what I'm striving for. Like I'm not striving for anything other than that. Make sure my bills are paid, no debt, but I'm not about to continue to be um, depressed, and I'm not going to continue to hold my tongue when bullshit is going on with me or the kiddos. I cannot stand up for another adult because as people saw this week on Facebook, as I fought for just human decency for my teachers, my fellow peers, and stuff like that, they just hung me out to dry. And the only thing they had to do was send a text, "Hey, I see what you're going through. I can't comment because I got a family. I can't comment because I got a family. That's just not something I can do. You know that, and I know that you're fighting this. Just know that I'm praying for you. I'm pushing for you. That's all you have to do. They could even do that. So why fight for adults? Why fight for? I'm fighting for me and the kids. That's it. And I fight for my future husband. But other than that, I'm not doing it anymore because I waste so much energy pouring light into people for people just to not. As I'm standing and being not crucified because I'm not Jesus Christ, and I would never be as great as a great a person as he was and as he is right now. Uh, but as I was being burned at the stake, uh, nobody tried to throw no water, no dirt. So you might as well just put more gasoline on the fire. But that's what I mean. That's what Rome means. I burn Rome, something that I built myself. It wasn't built in a day. So Rome it's equals me. Uh, I burn Rome for kids, for their safety and for things like that, because it seems like nobody seems to give a fuck about the kids. And that's sad. But hey, that's their business, not mine. Because I'm gonna keep doing me. So I quit that district. So glad. I lost 30 pounds in 3 weeks over the bullshit that I was dealing with that district. 30 pounds in 3 weeks. I was 320 when I went to the doctor in the beginning of April. I mean, not 320 when I went to the doctor today. Because I used to play football. I'm a thicker dude. I love my body. I love who I am. If you don't like it, that's your business, not mine. Don't think that you need to share that with me because I don't give a fuck. But I was 320 and a little bit after my friend's birthday, so that probably after April 5th, got a little sick. Because I was out for the first time around people without a mask on, partying. So got a little cold, a little sinus infection, all that good stuff. And the weather was going crazy. I weighed 320. When I weighed last week, which was the last week of April, I was at 290. So that's how much stress and bullshit I've been dealing with. Now I'm thankful because I've been trying to lose the weight. So I'm thankful for it. But I don't want it to come back and then bring others with it. So I have to be very particular what I eat. And then I have to be very particular how much exercise I'm getting. Which now I'm off. I'm underemployed at the moment. So why not go work out? Why not go be in the sun when it's not too hot and go walk the dogs for an hour and get some cardio in? Why not? Got nothing else to do for a while. and that's good. So, so I'm done with that district. And I said that a while ago that I wanted to do three different things. I wanted to try to be a wrestler because that was one of my kids. That was one of my childhood dreams. Um, and I wanted to be or want to be in politics, or I wanted to go act. And I tried the wrestling thing. If I was 18, and I wish I would have known this gentleman had a facility here at 18, or when I was out of college at 21, I definitely would have did it. But at 32, and I know that other people do it, I'm just not willing to spend my whole life in the gym. I spend my whole life in walls, working or in my house. Like I'm just not gonna spend my life in the gym. Now I'm gonna lose some weight. I'm gonna lose it. I'm gonna lose the rest of the stomach. I'm gonna tone. I'm gonna get my booty still gonna be big like Megan Thee Stallion. It's still gonna be jiggling. But other than that, I'm not. I'm not about to spend my life in the gym and then have to do it. I'm just not. I'm just that's boring. Now, if they want to hire me as a manager, I'll definitely do it because there's a lot of ways I can get back that way. But other than that, I'm just not about to do that foolishness. It's not for me. Sorry. I'm happy for anybody that did it at 35. I'm happy for anybody that did it at 40. I'm just not about to do it at 32. Not about to sit in the gym all day. It's what it is. So I did try that. It was fun. It was a very great experience. The lady there was like, um, how? Why you giving up on something that you ain't never tried and you haven't even tried yet? So that's what I'm trying. I'm faith without works is dead. So if I put in the work and it's not for me, I can never say that I did not try to be successful in whatever I was doing. Um, hold on 1 second. So as I transitioned, I wanted to be in politics. I thought it'd be cool. Uh, so I shot a fake video, as I was talking about governor video. Actually, in really good plans, uh, and kind of seeing how the world was going to react to my friends. Now, I did send it to some other people, and let me say this: I did send it to some other people that I knew that would support me 100%. So it was never directed at them. The fake video, and it really wasn't a fake video. It was just to see how people would react, and they reacted the way I thought they would. They reacted the way I thought they would. So which was good because I got to cut off people that was unnecessary. But like my boss, my mentor, um, CC, the ladies that I worked with um, before I got here, and some other, and, here and there, some other people that I sent it to just to see what they would think, if I was to run, because it was wonderful plans, 100% awesome plans. It's not something that I thought at the top of my head. I've always wanted to be in some sort of, like when I used to Halloween, I think one year I dressed up to be a judge. Like I've always wanted to be something in law. That's something I've always wanted to do. Now, when I was a paralegal, 100% was not ready for that transition because that's not where God wanted me to be at that point. And really, I had a sour taste in my mouth because of the lady that owned the firm was just absolutely terrible. And the friend that I got on with turned out to be who I thought she was. So, which was good. It was a good learning experience for me to learn how to deal with office politics. And sometimes it's just better to find something else to do with your life. And that's what I did after I got laid off. Went into education. And it taught me to just don't be scared of walking on faith and quitting or doing away with things. And that's what I did just recently. Like I'm not gonna keep playing, you're not gonna keep giving me negativity. You're not gonna keep using all my light for your bullshit. I'm not gonna keep lighting your torch. You gotta light your own torch. You can either stand in the darkness or you can't. And I'm not gonna keep on giving my light to people. It's just not worth it. Especially people that don't matter. And I started to figure out a lot of motherfuckers don't matter. Um, but as I was saying, so I fighting with the district. It's the video you'll see below. It's one of the videos you'll see on the channel. I'm not gonna go through it. Kind of got my Olivia Pope on, my Annalise Keaton, my Perry Mason, fault, and had a answer for everything that they threw at me. I'm currently suing, in the process trying to sue. I got two. Went to one lawyer, which I knew when I talked to him on Friday. Um, when the intake specialist said to me, "Okay, we'll have to see if this is something discriminatory or is this just her personality." I'm good. Because what that really truly means is that your cries for being black and your cries for equality and your cries for not getting discriminated against doesn't matter. So that's all I needed to know about lawyers. And then I had a lawyer friend that turned out to be who she truly was, and that's all tea, all shade. Two people, two of them. That's all tea, all shade. Argue with your mama, not with me, because I don't care. Uh, but it is what it is. God is good. You learn, you learn to live, and you just don't accept less than. Stop accepting less than what you deserve. And that's what I stopped doing the other day. Once I saw how I had to hang myself to protect kids, and nobody came up and said, "Hey, Mr. Harris." Nobody sent the text. Nobody sent the inbox saying, "Hey." And now they sent inboxes and text messages, but it was attacking my mental health. It was attacking. Why am I racist? Because you are racist. Why I don't understand why we act like we so shocked. You've been standing your racism for years. Stand up in it. Just because you got exposed, as we saw, it does not matter that you're racist. People still gonna back you. So stand up in your racism. If I got to stand up in my blackness, my queerness, you need to stand up in your racism. You need to be able to stand up and say that you're racist. Y'all say that blackness and queerness is a negative. So let's do your negative. Stand up in your negative, because there's nothing wrong with being black and queer. Nothing wrong with being black. There's nothing wrong with being bi. There's nothing wrong with being a lesbian. There's nothing wrong with being trans. It is something wrong with being racist. It is something wrong with being a pedophile. It is something wrong with being a rapist. It is something wrong with being a con artist. It is something wrong with being a coon. But that's your business, not mine. Um, so I dealt with that in the process of suing. I got an interview this week with another gentleman. Um, and I want to do somebody of color because it seems like people some people just don't understand what it feels like to be discriminated against. So I'm gonna try this last two, and then I did go through EEOC on some things. Nobody in the news covered it. I sent it to some people at the Star Telegram. I sent it to a lady at the Star Telegram. Sent it to some news organizations. Nobody, nobody covered it, but we know why. Uh, so fast forward. Uh, got some headshots done this week. I always wanted to do the acting thing. Got some headshots done. Guy from went to school with. I'm not gonna say his name on the video, but it's on my Facebook page. Absolutely talented human being. Absolutely, and I don't like taking pictures, and these is the best pictures I've ever seen of me in my life. So I am very thankful and grateful. I didn't like the shirt. The shirt kind of felt like it was like I was 900 pounds, and I'm not. But it's okay. It's a confidence thing that I'm building on, so it's okay. I'm gonna get there. I looked really good in them. I really did, and I was very thankful. And he was like, hey, this I don't, and I loved him. He was like, he didn't think I would like him. I absolutely loved him. So he know exactly who he is, and he did his thing, and I'm so thankful and grateful that he did that for me. Um, so I took some headshots, sent it out to some agencies. Um, I haven't heard anything back. Send my headshots out, and what I'm trying to do. Hey, if they don't respond, that's their business. I don't care. I'm not gonna waste my time on woulda, shoulda, couldas. I wish they would have contacted me. I'm just not gonna do it. I don't care. If that wasn't the way that the Lord ordained it, that's why it's not working. So I'm not going to spend my next 2, 3 weeks wondering why they didn't call me back. I'm gonna continue to move in my purpose, and God will reveal what needs to be done and what the next steps is. Everything that I did this week and the last couple of weeks has been walking on faith. So my faith will be rewarded. I can promise you that. So I did some headshots, got a lot of stuff done. Um, I applied to some different districts, um, and really truly, I'm just going there to teach kids. Hopefully the Sue thing works out. If it does not, I'm not gonna lose any sleep over it. I suppose I did what I needed to do. I'm good. I'm freed of it. But you're not gonna treat me less than. You're not gonna treat kids of color less than, because it continues that racist rhetoric that we're so used to. And let's say this too: why stop saying white people are racist? The racists are racist. Racists can be any color. I know some very fine Caucasian people. Stop. And I had to stop myself from. And I don't think I've ever said that all white people are racist, but we have to be very particular and be very purposeful with what we say. The racists are racist. White people don't necessarily equate to racism. So when I called out someone, somebody said, "Oh, white doesn't mean you're racist." I never said it was. That's how you know you're racist, because you tried to say because I was black and I called you racist. I said it because you're white. No, 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 no. You're racist because of the things you've done to the kids in the building. That's what makes you racist. Makes you a terrible ass teacher, but it makes you racist. Makes you racist for the things that you told me as African American man and thought it was okay. That's racist. It's racist when you talk down to me like I'm a child. And because I don't know, because, when people of color are hostile, which really means when we take up for ourselves and we just won't no longer take bullshit, we're hostile. We get shot in the back. But being hostile is okay in the state of Texas. As I learned, you could be called hostile in the state of Texas because you're black and queer, or black and a woman, or Latino and a man, or Latina and a man, a woman. And you're okay with being hostile in the state of Texas because the color of your skin makes you hostile. When you fight for yourself, makes you hostile. It's not the bullshit that you're getting given. That's supposed to be taken. That was another issue I had. Every time I would post some, or if I would talk to someone, somebody was like, sometimes you just got to be quiet. No, that's how you stay oppressed. And the only person that I serve is Jesus Christ. I don't serve nobody, no man on earth. We're equals because he created all of us. He gave us all 10 fingers. That was his intention. We all believe the same. Now I know a lot of people don't have 10 fingers because of issues. Let's be honest. Let's think outside the box. Let's not be a smart ass. He designed all of us the same way. We bleed the same way. Now we might have different textures of hair, different skin pigmentation, but we all do the exact same things. We don't Black people don't pee out their nose. We pee out our privates, just like everybody else. I never understand the racist bullshit, the rhetoric that goes around. It's the most stupidest shit I've ever had to deal with in my life as being an African American man. Gay men at that, because black people turn on gays in a second. Not all. If a hit dog hollers, if that's how you felt, argue with your mother, not with me. But we turn on each other because that's how God ordained us. And I don't understand that, but that's none of my business neither. Because my salvation is none of yours. Because when I die, he ain't gonna ask me, "Oh, so how you feel like he gonna ask you what you did and why did you do it. He's not gonna ask me nothing else. He's not gonna ask me about Joe next door. He just not. So my salvation is not your business, nor is it your business to be in anybody else's business. If they're not physically harming themselves or others, they're not doing anything to children or anything in that matter. They're not trying to bomb a city or a state. They're not doing anything illegal. They're minding their business that pays them. That's what you need to do with your business. Mind your own business. I don't get that. Why I be worried about somebody color and who they sleeping with? I don't understand. But hey, that's your business, not mine. So, as I was fighting this, people were like, "Oh, you should have been quiet. Oh, you shouldn't have said nothing." No, you cannot say nothing. That's your thing. God gave me a purpose. God gave me a mouth to talk. So I'm gonna continue to talk until He bring me on home. And then I'm be in heaven talking to my granny and everybody else. I'm gonna try to go find Whitney. I want to sit and laugh with Whitney Houston. I'm gonna go live. I'm gonna do what I need to do. But while I'm on earth, I'm gonna fight for the things that are not right that I see dealing with kids. I'm not saving an adult. Sorry, Jesus saved, not me. Um, but and a lot of my friends just did not care. I had a friend that I called, and he told me that I would have to tell him why it's racist. But we had already been knew about you. Apple don't fall too far from the tree, and that's all tea, all shade. And then I just had others that just didn't give a fuck and had to cut them off too. Or others that said I was having a mental breakdown because I say at the end of all my posts, I am Olivia Pope in the streets, Adina Howard in the sheets, Yoda's the villain for the kids or the peeps. Then I was having a mental breakdown. No. If you listen to the show since October, that's what I've been saying. The villain part just got here because, as you know, in comic books or stories, villains usually have bad, everybody usually have a bad backstory, tragic backstory. Even Batman has one. Uh, he could have either been a good guy or a bad guy. Which way you look at it, he might be a bad guy. But everybody had a tragic backstory. That's why the villain thing came up. I like villains. My favorite villains is Rita Repulsa and Lord Zed from Power Rangers. But you would know that if you listen to the podcast. You would know that if you supported something that was free. You would know that if you listened to me when I talked. But when you're so concerned about you and your own issues, and you really just truly don't care, somebody go. Let them go. Don't waste their time. If you're not there for them, if they put boundaries up and you can't adhere to those boundaries and then you get cussed out, don't become a victim. Stand up in your word, because I can stand up in mine. Everything I've done and said, I can stand up in it. You need to stand up in yours. That's just common sense. Stand up in your word. I can stand up in mine. I can stand up in my blackness, my queerness every day. That I walk down, up and down 7th Street, or in the mall, or in Target, or in Tom Thumb. I have to stand up in mine. Stand up in your foolishness. Don't be scared now. So, I had to cut some folks off. I'm tired of having to explain who I am, and I don't have to. I don't have to explain anything to anyone. And that's what I forgot. I pay my own bills. I handle my own 3 F's. And you know what the 3 F's is. And when I get married, I'm not explaining myself. We're going to have a mutual relationship. Nobody's going to be over anybody else. We're going to put the kids first. And we're going to keep it pushing. We're going to build on the foundation of the Lord, and we're going to keep it pushing. Like, I'm not dumbing myself down. I'm not being anything other than me. And if that means you get cussed out by a hostile black gay man, because that's what y'all love to call people, hostile, and so be it. But you're not going to treat me like shit. And it is what it is. I am 100% me. And if you don't understand that, leave me alone. So I won't have to cuss you out and be the hostile black gay man that y'all portray. God gave me a purpose, and I'm not dumbing myself down to meet your purpose. Your purpose might be sitting in the gutter. Mine is to walk into the kingdom. I'm not holding your hand to get up there now. My hands are full. I got 2 puppies right here. And then my kids are probably going to have to hold their hands when they come, and my husband. But other than that, I'm not holding anybody else's hand. So hopefully the Sue thing works out. I did decide that I was going to go ahead and apply to some other districts. I pulled my stuff out of TRS. I'm about to pay off my this debt, try to get my credit right, so I can go and get me. If none of this works out, if the acting thing doesn't work out, go get me a law school degree. Go to law school, get me a degree in family law or education law, and do wills and estates on the side for free for the people in the community. Give back. Because I asked a friend to do that, which I've asked her to do several other things, and it was like pulling teeth. At one point, it wasn't like that, but it became like that. So it is what it is, and that was all tea out shade. Get mad at your mama, not with me, because I don't care. Um, so um, I'm gonna probably look into going to law school to do that. Probably need to study for the GRE or the LSAT. Probably the LSAT because GRE probably something I'm not dealing with right now. It's just too much. I probably studied the LSAT over the year, pay off all my debt, uh, do study the LSAT, do what I need to do to get ready to transition, and probably go to school part time and work in the in the daytime, unless the Lord blesses me with a settlement check that I can sit at home and don't have to work, and I can tutor. I can go tutor at schools for kiddos that need the support, for kiddos that need the support, to the kids that need the support, and try to help them retain as much information they can in math, because math is my thing. So that's what I do if a settlement comes through right now. I mean, within the next couple of months, because I'm old for the bullshit I had to deal with for 4 years. The kids are old better with the bullshit they had to deal with for 4 years. Um, Trying to think what else I need to say before I get to this last topic that I really truly don't want to talk about. But I'm open. This is my personal journal. This is for me, for my just for my peace of mind. Um, this is my therapeutic way to deal with things. Instead of staying in my head, I get to talk about it. People get to listen, not listen, whatever the case may be, but it's out of my head so I don't continue to spin in the head and I can live on earth. Because I watched a video on YouTube about living in your brain and just not necessarily living on the planet Earth, and not necessarily doing the things you need to do. And I got to get out of it. And so these um this podcast helps that. So if nobody listens, that's okay. I get to get that out of my head and I get to continue to move on. So we talked about the law school thing. I told you about the acting thing, sending to agencies, the wrestling thing we talked about, what I want to do with my life. God is gonna make it. He's gonna open that door, and I think He's trying to make me choose. And I'm just like, Lord, you give me the whatever sounds good. I'm taking. So I'm walking on faith. So, and maybe I can do all. You never know. You never know how the Lord want to bless, and I'm taking my blessings. He can put it in a piece of oil. They got icing on it from cake and stuff. Now this doesn't. I ain't that nasty. To keep it on my crisp. It's just a piece of foil. But it could add, little icing. When you get some cake, you take the cake home, because I only eat birthday cake. And you get the birthday cake for Sam, or my good girlfriend made you something. And it have icing everywhere. That's why I hate using these. I try to get a napkin. So don't get all my ice, because icing is the best part. But if he can give me this, like this, and say catch. Now I might not catch it, but I'm gonna get it. Okay, so the last part, I am unfortunately in love with someone that I feel that is pushing me away, because I think, hold on one second. I really don't know what his issue is, but I fell in love with someone, kind of went through the COVID thing together, from like almost a year. And then last couple of months, kind of changed up on me, kind of acted crazy, um, kind of became verbally abusive. I don't understand what clicked because we were never like that. We never had an issue. So I don't know what clicked in his brain to make him do that. But I won't wait for you neither. I won't love you, but I will not wait for you. I will not deal with abusive bullshit anymore. I was in an abusive relationship for 32 years of my life, from home life to work life to self sabotaging myself to better others and not kids. Not doing it anymore. So I'm gonna walk on by myself. And if he's not meant to be there, goodbye. Because I'm not kissing ass. You're gonna treat me like the king that I am, and I'm gonna treat you like the king that you can be. Especially if I've been treating you like the king you can be this whole time, and now you're gonna treat me like a peasant. I'm not a peasant. I'm a descendant of a king, and I will always be that bitch. So you can either change your life for the better, and we can either be friends or we can get married and move on with our life, or you just gonna get left behind. But I'm not waiting, and I don't do remixes. So when I move on with my life, I'm not going backwards. I'm not raising nobody's child. I'm not raising no man. I raise kids into men, but I'm not raising a grown man into being something that he should already be. I understand that, things happen in life, but when you get to a certain age and you know that this shit happened to your life, you should seek mental health and to deal with that stuff and not give your pain to someone else. And that's something I've never done. I've never given my pain to someone else. And people think that that's okay to give it to me, not no longer. So as of this point, I got two puppies and some friends that I worked with at D. McCray. Um, there's some other people. But other than that, I can give two fucks. Who don't come, who don't show up, who don't call, who don't text because my number has changed. If you want to get to me, if you want to be in my life, you'll make that effort. But I will not make an effort and I don't do remixes. So if you've already been cut off, sayonara. Um, it might be somebody else, but I'm not blocking my blessings and my of grace because you're not ready to walk in your purpose. Because motherfuckers will block your purpose. Nor will I continue to wait on you to become the man that you should already be at 30. Not doing that. I'm sorry. I wasted a lot of my life trying to please others, and I won't. I will not continue to invalidate my feelings to make you feel like a man or a woman or whomever it is. So don't fuck with me. I won't fuck with you. But I promise you, you come for me, I'm gonna come for you. And I'm gonna do it in the nicest way. I had to read a bitch through text message the other day and end that friendship because I was tired of the bullshit. And it had been happening for years. And I kept just, yeah, he just, he a little stupid. He a little dumb. Just, nah, you know what you're doing. You know what you're saying. And I'm going to let you know how I feel. So if that's not something that you want to be a part of, don't come to my life with the bullshit. Come to my life correct or don't come at all. Because I will no longer accept anything but the best from all aspects of my life. And if I have to live in this apartment with no car, that's what I would do. But I promise you, I'm going to live. I'm not gonna make you feel better. I'm not gonna make you feel happy. I'm not gonna put you on a pedestal that you do not belong on. Because the only person that I bow to, the only person I get on my knees for is Jesus Christ. And that's it. Not doing it anymore. Because let me tell you, two people that I thought the world of changed up on me. And when they do that and you ain't never did no harm to them, they'll tell you it's them, it's not you. So continue to put down them boundaries around these motherfuckers that do not matter because they don't. Continue to do you. Continue to be happy. Continue to fight for yourself. Get the best out of your life that you can get. Don't let these motherfuckers do you. And as I always say, tell these hoes to get some morals. Get some morals, hoes. All think I do is have a little morals, a little values. That's it. That's all you need. Get some morals. Act like you care. So I will say this to you before I go. Sow your love, sow your truth, reap your harvest, walk on faith. So again, keep going. Keep doing that every day. It'll work out for you. But don't dumb yourself down. Don't belittle yourself down for motherfuckers that do not matter. Do not continue to give your light to people that sit in darkness. You're not supposed to pull them out of that darkness. Jesus, they need to call Jesus and ask them to do it. Stop being a lantern for these motherfuckers that will use all of your lantern oil, and when they get theirs, they don't pour it into you. All right? Get some more, hoes. Bye.